Anyway, I'm gonna do this quest, the pure vampire quest. And then, after I finish that, I'll continue on with the Dark Brotherhood storyline. No guarantees I'll be able to finish it completely tonight, but I'll try anyways.
Greetings. Do you have business at Castle Skinbrad? I'm afraid the Count does not see anyone without an approved appointment. Do you have an appointment? I see. Please, wait here one moment. I shall speak with the Count. Goodbye.
Anyway, while she takes her time, and we wait for the Count to show up, and then after I finish the Dark Brotherhood storyline, what I'm going to do after that, because I officially decided not to do the Thieves Guild storyline, is that I'm going to, well, let's see here, what level am I at? Good team. What I'm going to do after that is I'm going to start doing District Lord quests. I mean, not all of them are available right now because some of them are available at level 20. But I at least do the ones I can do and try to level up. I mean, I won't be able to do all of them because one of them requires a personality of 20. But that will never happen. My personality is too high for that. And another one I won't be able to do because its requirement requires you to finish all the other District Lord quests first, and then do his. But that's okay. I'm not going to shed my tear over that one because it's my least favorite District Lord. Actually, it's most hated District Lord because he's gross, disgusting, and thinks he controls everything. You guys probably know who that is. It's a District Lord of Knowledge. Mr. I know and see everything, and everything is controlled by my will. Blah, 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 blah. Thinks he owns the world.
The prey approaches.
I understand you're looking for a cure for vampirism. This is fortunate, as I also seek the cure. I wish to tell you a story so that you might understand why I would trust you with my secrets. Would you hear it? More than 50 years ago, my wife Rona and I were both turned into vampires. While I came to embrace the changes in myself, she did not. She hated what she had become and refused to feed to keep herself healthy. She eventually slipped into a coma from which she is not awoken. My trusted servants have cared for her all this time, but I wish for her to at last find peace. The cure is for her. I have researched what I can, but acquiring the cure is beyond my grasp. I cannot risk drawing too much attention to myself. So I would ask that you take up the search on my behalf. If you are successful, I will reward you in whatever small way I can. Will you aid me? What little I have discovered points to the witches of Glenmoral. In the past, they've been capable of creating a cure. I have searched for these witches throughout Cyrodiil, but no coven still exists within its borders. There may be one left. I have unconfirmed reports of a woman seen near the Corbolo River who fits the description of these witches. Seek her out and learn whether she can help. She lives somewhere along the river, east of the Imperial City and south of Cheadenhall. If you are successful in finding a cure, report to my steward. You have my thanks. Bye.
Alright, let's see where this... He said the Witches of Glamour. Now, if you guys remember at Skyrim, the Witches of Glamour
Interesting.
were worshippers of the Daedric Prince of the Hunt. Yeah, the Daedric Prince Hillsinger. And they turned themselves into haggravens. No, I don't know if she in particular is one of those haggravens in Skyrim. I don't actually know for sure. It is a theory that she is, but I don't actually know that. But, I mean, who knows? Because in Oblivion, she's human. I mean, she looks like a grandma, but she's still human. I say she looks like a grandma only because she's got white hair and her face is a little wrinkled. May not actually be that old. I don't know. You can't judge somebody by their appearance anymore these days. Or judge somebody's age by their appearance anymore these days. I mean, I know there's some people in the world that do. But I'm like, okay. I look like I'm 18 to 20 years old. And yet I'm 36. It's my baby face. And I've been the same height since I was 16, so yeah. I'm a below average height for a woman. The average height for a woman is, I think 5'6", 5'7", something like that. And I'm 5'3". I don't look it though. A lot of people looked at me puzzled when I tell them how tall I am. I was like, you don't look 5'3". I look rather tall for my height, but that's only because of my long legs.
Hail, good citizen. How can I be of service?
I have a long legs, but a stubby body. Upper body, yeah. My legs are long, but my arms are short. Not like really stubby short, but it's maybe they're 2 feet long. The ruler. We put 2 rulers. My upper arm is 1 ruler length, and my lower arm is 1 ruler length. But if you were to measure my legs, My legs are 2 rotors lengths on the upper leg and 2 lowers legs on the lower leg. That's how long my legs are. That's why a lot of people look at me like, "You're only 5'3"?" I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm pretty tall for my height." And that's why, yeah, I don't say that. I said, I guess I don't look like I'm 5'3" because of my long legs. It's because of my legs. Yeah, because my legs are so long, it's really hard to tell that I'm actually really short. I actually have an old classmate who's the same height as me. She's also 5'3", but hers is the opposite of me. She's got short legs, but hers a long body. A long upper torso. She's got a long upper torso. I mean, her arms are still short, like mine. I think they're the same length as mine. But it's just that her legs are shorter, and her upper body is longer. So it doesn't look like if we're stood side by side, it would make it look like I'm taller than her. But in actuality, we're the same height. That's why looks can be deceiving. That's why I should never judge somebody by their appearance, by their height, or by what age. They may look young, but they actually might be really old. Or they might look old, but they're actually really young. Just never judge somebody by their appearance. And speaking of judging people by their appearance, I was watching one of those videos on Facebook. They have these animated videos where they try to teach people lessons. I think I don't think they're based off true stories, but it's to teach people lessons about different things. And one of the videos, there's this brown guy. I'm not gonna say black because they're not black, okay? They're brown. Okay, let's get that clarified. I mean, some might be a little darker than others, but it's still brown. Anyway, he in the video, but he just became a cop. He just graduated from the academy and officially became a cop and all that stuff. And his partner was a Caucasian man. And I keep getting interrupted.
Just warming up your pathetic world.
Ooh. What we have here? Is that a bow made from dragon bone? It's hard to tell. I'll keep it anyway. And there's nothing wrong with being paired up with someone who's a different race than yourself. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem was is the Caucasian man apparently was racist towards everybody with black skin, or not black skin, brown skin. Anybody who had brown skin, he was really racist towards those people. And every time they came across the people of the same race as himself, his companion, his partner, would make racist comments towards that person, saying that they were packing sheets or dealing drugs or being thieves, or they're basically just being a total out racist. But of course, this guy just became a cop, and the guy he was partnered with had been in the police force for a long time, and he was afraid to lose his position. So he kept just quiet until his partner decided to pull a gun as I was saying before I was interrupted. Until one day his partner pulls a gun out on a 8-year-old child who obviously was not doing anything wrong. He had a receipt of a bag of chips which he had in his hand, which he bought, but his racist partner thought that he stole it. He just accused him of stealing it. And he was going to kill the boy. Of course, that right there drew the line for the guy. He was willing to risk his career, which he just started, just to protect the boy. He didn't care about his career anymore. He just couldn't stand being with a racist man anymore. And it turns out, in the end, the racist dude ended up losing his badge. Even though even the new guy was told that he would end up losing his badge if it turned against him. But it turns out the white guy got his badge taken. For accusing innocent people for something they didn't do. It's just in my mind that video is a lesson to show you. You should never judge a book by its cover. Okay? Don't judge people by their appearance. And don't be racist. Okay? Everyone is equal. It doesn't matter what the race is, doesn't matter what the skin color is. Everybody's equal. If they do something bad, no matter what the race or the skin color or gender, they get punished. You can't just punish people for no reason when they haven't done anything wrong. Because in the end, you end up getting punished.
What brings you to this neck of the woods, sir? Only thing worse than an ogre is 2 ogres. Tough bastards. And spells seem to bounce right off them.
But they do have those big old buddies.
Oh my. What makes you think I would know about such a thing? My dear, you shouldn't trust rumors. They can get you into horrible trouble. This time, however, you've heard it correctly. I might know a thing or two about it. But I'm afraid the information isn't free. You do me a small favor, and then we'll talk about this cure you seek. I have my own interests, and they occasionally require resources that are difficult for me to acquire. Soul gems, for example. If you can bring me 5 empty grand soul gems, I'm quite sure I can help you with this cure that you seek. I shall await your return. Good day. Good to see you again. Do you have the soul gems I requested? Oh, wonderful. These will be most useful to me. Now to the matter at hand. You need a cure for vampirism, yes? I believe I can create a potion that will do the trick, but it requires a few things. To start, I'll need 6 cloves of garlic, 2 shoots of bloodgrass, and 5 leaves of nightshade. Those will be easy enough for you to find. But I'll also need the blood of an Argonian and the ashes of a powerful vampire. Those may be more difficult for you to acquire. Any old Argonian will do, but the vampire must be very powerful indeed. If you succeed, I'll get you what you need. Any questions? This dagger has been specially treated. All you need to do is stab an Argonian with it, and there'll be enough blood on it to use. Any old Argonian will do, and you needn't kill it. But do be careful. Stabbing strangers often doesn't sit well with townspeople or the town guards. A most interesting plant, from the plains of Oblivion itself, so it may require some effort to find. Should your travels happen to take you to a place where it grows, keep your eyes open. Ah, excellent. I hope getting it wasn't too much trouble for you. You're familiar with it, aren't you? Often used in cooking. It should be quite easy to find. 6 cloves, just like I asked for. Very good. Perhaps not quite as easy to find as garlic, but if you're determined, you'll find it. Keep your eyes open, as it often grows in the wild. Wonderful. I do hope you didn't try to eat any of it. It can have very nasty effects on one such as yourself. This one is difficult. It may be quite a trial for you. But if you are successful, it will make the cure all the more worth it. You have come across a vampire or two in your travels, perhaps? I assure you, they are nothing like what you must face. The vampire you seek is powerful. So powerful that those who sought to destroy him were unsuccessful, no matter what they tried. The best they could do was to imprison him underground, where he survives to this day. Search near the North Panther River for Hinderil. If you can vanquish him, his ashes will be more than adequate for my needs.
Hi. Alright, where are they? All the way down there. Yay. More trouble. They're finding an Agonian willy-nilly out in the wilderness is slim to none. Because most of the time the Agonians stick to the cities. And the only bandits that I've found are the human elf or Khajiit in this game. I mean, there's a few orcs as well, but no Agonian. I suppose if I had done this quest, started this quest before I went to go kill Scaretail, I could have gotten some blood from Scaretail. But, oh well, I didn't think about it. I kind of forgot what was needed for the potion. I thought she just needed the soul gems, but yeah, I forgot about the other stuff. I thought she already had the ingredients to make the potion itself, but I guess not. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to make my way to the cave, and if something happens along the way,
Look out!
Anyway, I'm gonna keep going and see you guys at the cave. Unless something happens.